Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. James Martin, immigration attorney here. What's going on with immigration? Let's break it down. Maybe the question should be, what's not going on with immigration? Well, what's not going on with immigration is positive immigration reform. So now we are stuck with the situation in our country where things are happening, and they're happening at a very fast pace. Number one, developments. Los Angeles protests. What's going on in Los Angeles? Well, ICE has decided that it will go everywhere and anywhere to arrest undocumented immigrants. And the good people of Los Angeles don't appreciate that because those are their neighbors, their friends, their colleagues. And it has sparked protests. And those protests have caught the attention of none other than Donald J. Trump, our fearless leader. And he has decided that he's a tough guy and he's going to send in the Marines. Literally, he's doing it. He's sending in the Marines. But before that, he nationalized the California National Guard. Now, that may seem trivial to you, or you don't know what the implication of that is, but you have to understand something. That is a huge event, because it is very rare indeed that a president does nationalize the state National Guard, and they normally do not do it, and maybe cannot even legally do it without the consent of the governor. Governor Newsom of California said, no way, Jose, no pun intended, and he has sued the administration in the courts. There was a temporary stay on Trump nationalizing the National Guard, and then that stay was lifted, and now we have Marines and the California National Guard involved in trying to suppress the protests. These protests have ostensibly, in many cases, been peaceful, but they've gotten out of hand. And the Los Angeles police, not known for the compassion and gentleness in dealing with protesters, say that they can handle it, but Trump thinks that he knows better. And now we have the National Guard on the streets in Los Angeles, along with the Marines. Don't think for 1 minute it's going to stop here. This is a testing ground. And Trump is trying to push the envelope and to see where he can go with this. Development number two, apparently ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, has decided that they are going to pause enforcement of immigration laws in certain industries. Surprise, surprise, surprise. What would those industries be? They would be in the agricultural sector, meatpacking, hotels. And why is that? Because if you empty those industries out, Americans don't eat. And if Americans don't eat, they're not very happy. How convenient. How convenient. But that's what they say. I don't believe them. I think they're going to go in anyway. Development number three, fun. Now Medicaid data is being shared with the Department of Homeland Security. This is part of a bigger program where the other agencies, including the IRS, will start sharing data with Immigration and Customs Enforcement in order to help them pick people up and remove them from the country. And this means they are experimenting on integrating data that, do you think it's going to stop with immigrants? I don't think so. They're going to use it against us all. Travel ban. 12 countries are on the Trump travel ban. And what that means is that nationals from certain countries will not be allowed in. In other instances, because it is not just one uniform travel ban, because nothing can be that simple, there are several tiers of travel ban. So, for example, Venezuelans who have visas already get to continue to travel to the United States. But certain countries, nobody ostensibly can travel to the United States from those countries, one of them being Haiti. Because, of course, we know that Haitians, ha ha ha, I'm joking, are such a security risk to the United States. Not true, but you know, Trump has certain opinions about those countries. And the USCIS is bragging because they have initiated some 26,700 notices to appear. What is a notice to appear? It is an invitation to appear before an immigration judge to see if you can be removed from the country. So they have, since February, they have issued 26,700 notices to appear. What does that mean? Well, when Trump left the office in 2021, he had a big problem with his immigration courts because they were clogged. They had too many cases. And what does that mean? Well, even if you want to remove everybody, you kind of want to prioritize whom you are removing. And you do not want to remove just general normal people at the expense of leaving criminal aliens in the country waiting on their hearing. So you need to have an enforcement priority. But Trump would rather kill a fly with a jackhammer. And that is what he's trying to do. And what that means is all of these notices to appear are going to be clogging up the courts. Congratulations to the Donald. And those are the big developments for now. There will be more developments, I'm sure, before the next time. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, tap on the link below. We'll be happy to try to help you out. God bless. Take care. And God help us. Thank you.